What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching my videos and supporting me. Today I decided to do a Valentine's Day inspired kind of look. I don't use purples very often, but when I do, this purple is my favorite kind of shade of purple. And anytime I do purple, I like to smoke it out a little bit just so there's a nice contrast. And anytime I do purple or any sort of color on my lids, I like to do a nude lip. So if you guys want to recreate this look for your Valentine's Day, then keep on watching. My skin is already done because it's the usual. I didn't want to bore you guys, so I just did foundation all over my face, concealer, set my entire face in concealer, and just pretty much bronzed my skin. And I'll leave the blush and the highlight for the end. And I'm just going to go ahead and start off with the eyes. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Aqua XL Color Paint in I-50, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to pretty much use this all over the lid. And I'll be using a MAC 252 brush, per usual. And this is what the brush looks like. Whenever you're applying eyeshadow base, you want to make sure that you spread it evenly all over the eyelid. I was actually struggling trying to figure out what palette I wanted to use for this makeup look. And I decided to use the Jaclyn Hill palette. I feel like so many of you have this palette, so I figured why not use this palette for this beautiful Valentine's Day look. And I'll be using a Sigma Medium Sweeper E54 brush. I use this brush quite often. I'll be using this purple shade right here for all over the lower lid area. This is going to be a purple kind of smoky eye. Hopefully there's no fallout, because if there is, I'll be really upset because then I'll ruin my concealer. I love this iridescent purple. So what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Nick and I are gonna go ice skating, and then we're gonna go to dinner in the city. I actually have never been ice skating, so I'm really excited. So I'm just pretty much packing this purple on. Then, unfortunately, this palette doesn't have like that perfect transition color for me, for my skin color. So I'm just gonna use Soft Brown by MAC. If I compare Soft Brown by MAC to any of the matte transition colors on the Jaclyn Hill palette, there's nothing like it. The ones on the Jaclyn Hill palette are way too orangey warm for me, and I typically don't like those kind of colors for a transition color. I like more of a neutral tone kind of brown, so that's why I'm using Soft Brown by MAC. And I'm just taking the Smith 232 brush to use for the transition color. I'm telling you guys, I know these Smith brushes are so expensive, but they are worth every dollar. So if you want to treat yourself to some new brushes, I will highly recommend these Smith brushes. Whenever I'm doing a transition color like this, I go from inner corner of the eye all the way to the crease and the outer corner in windshield wiper motion. I don't know if you guys notice, but my lighting is a little bit different. I added a few things to my lighting system, and I think my picture overall just looks a little bit more bright. I feel like whenever a makeup artist comes out with a palette like the Jaclyn Hill palette that she came out with Morphe, the one that I'm using right now, I feel like they always use the right shades. Like a makeup artist always knows, like, this is the perfect purple shade. This palette is one of my all-time favorite palettes. If you want your crease or just your eyeshadow in general to look very blended and seamless, don't be afraid to bring your crease transition color a little bit closer to the brow bone. Like you guys see where I'm bringing it so high, almost close to my brow, and then very far out on the outer corner, because I just want everything to be nicely blended. Taking a 230 Smith brush, which is smaller than the one I was using before. So The one that has the purple on top is a lot smaller, which is the brush I'm going to use now versus the brush I was using for the transition color, because I want to use this brush to kind of buff out the purple into the crease a little bit, but I don't want to use too big of a brush because I don't want to spread the purple too far up. I feel like until my eyebrows are on, I feel naked. I feel like the makeup doesn't look good until the eyebrows are on. And to think that when I was younger, when I used to do my makeup, I didn't really do my eyebrows. I look back at some pictures and I'm like, you should have done your eyebrows. But really dramatic brows weren't really in when I was working at MAC. Using this color right here for the outer corner of the eyes, just to smoke out the eyes a little bit. I'm gonna focus this eyeshadow mostly on the outer corner of the eye. Whenever I do purple eyeshadow, I end up loving it, but I never gravitate to purple. Like I literally looked at 5 drawers worth of eyeshadow palettes, and purple was never an option until I saw the Jaclyn Hill palette in front of me, and I'm like, you know what? There's a really pretty purple in this palette. I'm going to use it. Kind of stamping the product, as you can see, like just in this kind of motion. And then once the majority of the product leaves the brush and is onto the eyelid, then I've kind of blend. And then I'm going to bring it up just a little bit into the crease, just very, very slightly. I was telling Nick, I'm like, what if I fall during ice skating and like I break my wrist or something? He was like, you're gonna be fine. It's like rollerblading. And I used to rollerblade a lot. I used to rollerblade in Pristina when I lived in Pristina. I used to go to my high school in Dardani. Only people from Pristina are gonna know this. I used to go to Dardani after school to bring my rollerblades, and we used to rollerblade around the school. Oh, the days. And then when I moved to the States, I also had rollerblades that I bought at like Kmart. Who knows Kmart? I mean, is Kmart even around? See what a difference the darkness on the outer corner makes. This eye looks naked and this eye looks finished almost. So Nick and I went on a helicopter ride last night to Manhattan, and the city looked so beautiful from the helicopter. It was just beautiful. Although I did get a little sick, like I felt like I was gonna throw up when the helicopter was kind of like bouncing up and down. Even though the movements were so subtle, my stomach is just too weak, like I can't handle it. I'm one of those people that gets car sick really, really easy. So I probably won't go on a helicopter ride again, but it was such a fun experience. And a few of you asked, well, a few people on Instagram and Snapchat asked me, you know, how I booked it, how did I go through it? And actually my in-laws got that experience for us as a gift for our 1-year anniversary. So it was from Linden Airport or Linden Heliport here in New Jersey, and then it takes you to Manhattan. Taking this color right here to apply to the inner corner as a highlight, just using a Dose of Colors pencil brush. Now I'm going to be using my favorite waterline pencil, the NC15 NW20 Chromagraphic pencil by MAC, which you guys, I went on their website to see if they still make this pencil, and it seems that they either don't make it anymore or it's just out of stock because a lot of beauty bloggers and YouTubers use it. So that might be the reason. Maybe it's just out of stock because so many of us use it. I'm hoping they didn't discontinue it because I really love this eyeliner. For the bottom lash line, I'm just going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Noir waterproof eyeliner. It's just a twistable liner. You can use any black liner. It doesn't have to be the Anastasia one. I just happen to have this one really close to me. And I'm just going to smoke out the lash line. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to use a pencil brush to smudge it out. Now, of course, I'm going to use the same purple that I used on the lid on top of the black pencil. The reason why you want to do an eye pencil first on the bottom lash line and smudge it out with a brush and then apply an eyeshadow on top is because if you just do eye pencil by itself, it's going to smear. If you just do an eyeshadow by itself, it's not going to be as opaque. So applying the eyeliner first and then the eyeshadow on top is going to be a lot more bold and dramatic looking, but it's also going to hold your eyeliner in place all day. And it's also, your eyeshadow is also going to be, it's going to last pretty much throughout the day. If you just do eyeshadow, like if I just did the purple eyeshadow by itself, it won't last as long throughout the day. It'll wear off faster. Also, if you don't set your concealer with a setting powder, then whatever you're wearing down here, whether it's mascara or eyeliner, it's going to smear into your concealer. So when you set it with a powder, yes, sometimes the powder can make you look more dry, but then you don't have mascara or eyeliner smearing into your concealer. So it's either you have a little bit of dryness underneath your eye where the concealer is, or you have a smeared out, smudged out mascara or eyeliner. It's like, we can't have it all. Why can't we have it all? So now I'm actually not going to do a wing or top liner with this look. I'm just going to do my mascara, put on some false lashes. I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera and I'll be right back. So I finished my brows off camera and my lashes, and now I'm going to use this really fun liquid lipstick. It is called a Glitter Flip by Ciate London, and this is what it looks like. So these glitter flips, what they do is you apply them on your lips. You have to let them sit for 2 minutes and then you press your lips together and then they get glittery. It's such a fun concept. This color that I'm using is called Undressed. While this liquid lipstick sits on my lips for 2 minutes, I'm going to use Statemint blush by Dose of Colors. Dose of Colors angled brush. Whenever I do super bold eyes like this, I like to keep my lips pretty nude and my cheeks not too bright. This blush looks perfect with this lipstick. All right, so now let's press the lips together. You can really see the glitter. It's so pretty, but they are so comfortable also. When you think of glitter, you think of like chunky, but it's actually really, really comfortable. The last thing that I still have to do is my highlighter, and I'm going to use this Trio Hourglass highlighter, and it is the Ambient Absolute Strobelight. To set my foundation, I'm going to use the Gallany Lustrous Facial Mist. And I always fan my face after I spray with the setting spray, because I feel like if I just let the setting spray sit on my face, if there's any sort of dots of water on my face, I don't want them to settle that way. So I always fan it. And this is the final look. I hope you guys liked it. I really had a great time filming this purple smoky eye with this soft nude lip. I love how the whole look turned out. And if you liked it too, don't forget to like it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you can be reminded whenever I post a new video. And if you guys want to see more colorful looks, just let me know what colors you want me to use on the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time.